Hello, Chester here. Today we're going to take a look at Sultai Show and Tell. This is a list made by Novos. I didn't make any changes to this list except I changed the Undercity sewers to another watery grave. I think untapped sources are important, are way more important than having the access to Surveil, especially since we have Ponder now. So this is the biggest upgrade that we had since the launch of Spider-Man. We are running 4 Chromox here because it is really better to just have access to fast mana and try to go off as soon as possible. Because this format is a strip mine format. This format is really fast. So you can't really take the control role anymore. There's a lot of axis of attacks. There's mono red prison where they can just rush you with a bombardier or lock you out with a blood moon. There's the green black strip mine decks. So your mana base gets checked while they grief scam you. So essentially speed is really the game for show and tell right now. And as for the sideboard, it's pretty standard. We have Carpet of Flowers here to beat on blue decks. And if you expect the mirror, you can run more Carpet of Flowers. But maybe before running more Carpet of Flowers, you move Frozen Grip into the main. Something like that. If you want to try to tech for the mirror. But this is good in the mirror. This is good versus the blue decks in the format. This is basically show and tell number two against blue decks because you can start hard casting your Atraxas, Hullbreakers, Omniscience early. We have the extra Veil of Summer in here because you can't really expect everyone to be running blue or black. So sometimes Veil of Summer is dead. Abrupt Decay, this is just anti-hate or hate for hate. Opposition Agent can cheese out posing show and tell players by playing opposition agent. This stops waterlogged teachings, the fetches, demonic tutor, and you can also just have this out as a fast clock because in the mirror you don't really have creature removal. Frozen grip again for the mirror. Culling ritual is for energy. Commandeer is for the dark ritual piles and other show and tell decks. This is really good in the mirror. You're gonna get to steal stock ups. You can even steal dig through time. You can steal hardcast omni. Yeah, let's try to play some games. This hand looks okay on the blind. We have 2 lands. That's a swamp. It took Veil of Summer. There's a grief. Taking show and tell. We're gonna lead on teachings here so that we can hold up mana drain on turn 2. Your opponent is passing. Just gonna brainstorm here. Okay, there's a demonic shooter. I think think I can get rid of stock up here. We're gonna draw into the brainstorm. Let's just DT for show and tell. I think Atraxa is enough to beat a mono black deck. Let's just play out a brainstorm here. Okay, that's good. Which means we can go for the full combo. Okay, the combo works like this. Take Saiba, play Saiba, you get teachings again. This works at instant speed, so it's a really great combo. And you keep repeating that until you have all the things that you need. So against mono black, let's check the sideboard guide here. I'm gonna treat this as green black mid range. So abrupt decay comes in, and a veil of summer. We're gonna take out mana drains and the trucks. Makes sense. Our opponent might reanimate our Utraxa. Alright, that's it. Opponent is going first. I think this is an okay hand. It basically forces them to have the Thoughtseize. It's going to be annoying if they have Thoughtseize in surgical, which can be a thing that happens, but you can just play through it. We have Hullbreaker Horror in the deck. You can eventually just try and play into that. Okay, they're in Necropotence deck. That's a surprise. But I feel like it's still the same kind of boarding. I guess there's no need for the Chromox. And we probably would want the mana drains here. But I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna crack this for green just in case they have opposition agent. They didn't they didn't necro to oblivion, so that tells me that they're playing something fair. A Doughty Voidwalker. That is fine. Let's just pass. Grave expectations. There's another show and tell. I think I want to brainstorm here. That's perfect. Don't want the second tomb. Okay, this might be a mistake because I just realized that this is my second green source. So I can't hold up Veil here. I'm just gonna let them thought seize me, I guess. Thankfully, they didn't see the line of taking the omniscience instead. So thankfully, I did. Thankfully, I did play well enough to keep the other show and tell on top. Now we can just play show and tell. The opposition agent makes it a bit harder. We can't use waterlog teachings, remember that. So what we do here is just take the hull breaker. Now we can go brainstorm here. Fetch away the dead cards. Don't really need to keep the Omni on top. Let's just play this just in case. But we have the win here. We're just gonna need to. You're trying to be cute with this one. Bolt to the dome. Let's play first. Hey, this is looking good. I'm gonna Chrome Mox. Is there a need to Chrome Mox here? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna Chrome Mox here. You're facing an unknown deck. So this play lets us brainstorm and shuffle away bad cards. Okay, we don't need We don't need these two, so we can just fetch for hedge maze. Don't want another fetch. Right, looks like we got the combo. And this is a one card combo. You can get your Saiba. Let's just cast Stock up just in case. They might have removal for Saiba. Okay, that's good. So the whole combo just revolves around Waterlog's teachings and Omni. They're gonna try to remove Saiba here in response, which could honestly just work. Okay, looks like they are playing black white mid range. So against the deck, I think we do a similar sideboard plan as earlier. Got those. I think that is good. Okay, this hand is fine against black white. We have the Veil of Summer, we have Stock Up. We don't need a we don't really need a particularly fast hand against them. I'm gonna lead on Misty Rainforest here. Oh, they're playing blue. Okay, that kind of changes things. Let's try to fetch. We can't really play around opposition agent if they have one. So we're kind of priced in into fetching early. Not really sure what they're thinking about here. There's really no need to think about something here. I don't want another land. Okay, Felia means we get to abrupt decay that thing. Looks like they're playing a modern deck. They could just stifle this, I guess. They didn't stifle. Okay, let's still play around opposition agent. I'm not playing stock up into spell pierce. I'm not really getting pressured, so there's no real Okay, now that's a real threat. There's no real reason for me to play stock up there. There's a dig. I think I also want Ancient Tomb. We're now just looking for the combo. Now this is kind of sick because Frog does synergize with a Quantum Riddler here. I can discard their whole hand, and whenever they draw, let's Wheel of Summer here. So now we got information that they don't have Spell Pierce because they just let that happen. Hmm. Let's try playing stock up first. There's a Demonic Tutor, a Ponder. Let's take the Atroxa. I think I'm just gonna Abrupt Decay here. So again, remember, they don't have Spell Pierce. That's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna cast Brainstorm here for efficiency. We're gonna combo off this turn anyway. Just fetching for a black card here. Maybe no need for a black card. Can just DT for we can just DT here for show and tell. Play show and tell. Usually Atraxa gets the job done. Okay, perfect. still have a show and tell here. So based on this deck, I kind of thought that an Atraxa would be enough. And if it wasn't enough, there's not enough pressure for me to worry about them removing the Atraxa. The Atraxa will draw me for 3 to 4 cards anyway, or get me to the next combo. Okay, our opponent has a Giganta companion, which means they're playing something fair. And I think this hand is fast enough for us to keep just in case they're Boros or something. You already have one part of the combo. We just need to find the we just need to find the show and tell. Played out the fetch here because they might be a strip mine deck. Hmm. Maybe they are a moon deck, so we can fetch for island here. Okay, pretty fast. We have waterlog teachings to deal with a static prison or something. Okay, let's check Novo's notes on this matchup versus Boros Energy. Ritual Decay, Veil, Drain. Makes sense. Yeah, that's straightforward. Okay, let's think about this a bit. I think having Demonic Shooter here changes a lot. I think this is technically a fast card that we need. Though that is a fast card that they have. We're just gonna fetch for Hedge Maze here. Hmm. Is this worth it? Don't think this is worth it because they have Peacekeeper. We're probably naming Show and Tell even though it's not in our hand. I remember Novos having Toxic Deluge in this list. Maybe it wasn't worth it. I think Deluge is better versus this 3 drop heavy versions of energy. Now what we want to do here is just demonic shooter. Hmm. I'm still gonna go for show and tell here. This only taxes me 2 mana. Next turn I'm going to stock up. Wonder is nice for them. Okay, that's a disruptor flute. Don't want this. Okay, that is bad sequencing, by the way. I should have used dig through time first. Yeah, I just wasted the brainstorm there. Let's see. They're tagging for 5, 6. I think I want double chrome mox here. We really need to. We just need to find a payoff now. Triple chrome mox. Okay, those are ancient tombs. Yeah, I don't think we can win this anymore. Well, we can try one thing. Okay, didn't concede. Okay, against the deck, I think we boarded in fine. Let's play first. Okay, we have calling ritual here and ancient tomb. So I guess this is keepable. We're gonna lead with breeding pool, ponder, demonic shooter into show and tell. Okay, I think casting another ponder is wasted time here. Let's just shuffle. Hmm. I'm gonna fetch for a surveil here. There's a voice. What else? There's another voice. Okay. So I think in that case, we're just going for watery grave. going for display instead.
Teamwork triumphs.
Okay, let's use the black sword since we have water grave in hand. Okay, there's a stock up and take another stock up, and I guess a chrome mox couldn't hurt. Okay, now that's scary. I think we're dead. Yeah, we're dead.
A dark plot ties our fates together.
Or maybe not yet.
Share in my vengeance.
There's a good chance we are. To find show and tell, and another card. So let's see if keeping the chrome mox will pay off. Ah, yes. Okay. We just went from here. Now we just take teachings here. Teachings for the sublime epiphany. We can return Bomba, trigger the ability. Okay, they might get out of it. We should have bounced the token instead. Oh yeah, we're dead. Oh, we're not. We have one chance.
To me!
Okay. So I guess there was a way to beat the combo there. Exactly, swords was really nice from them. Green wire at rank 22. I don't know what they're playing. This is kind of an experimental hand. We essentially have three dead cards here, but we have three ponders. So I guess we're going for Island Ponder Keep here. If they are a Thoughtseize deck, this is a pretty redundant hand. The problem is Atraxa is a very good reanimate target. If they're playing Show and Tell, we have Omni, so that's good. We also have Hullbreaker, but we don't have enough instants here. So the first ponder depends on what they do. Are we gonna get Agent? Okay, so since we got hit by the opposition agent, now we're supposed to play Waterlog Teachings. Okay, now they have Strip Mine. Let's see if we draw into land. Okay, this takes us to 13. Okay, successfully cheesed. Against this deck, we want the Abrupt Decay. We want the Veil. We don't want Mana Drains and the Atraxa. Might be good to have the third, but I'm going to trust the sideboard guide for now. Let's play first. Mm, let's try this hand. Just gonna go with Ponder. Let's draw into the two, get stock up. I'm gonna hide stock up because they might have this card. But if they're discarding, they're taking show and tell anyway, so maybe that's nonsense. Like there's maybe the play of holding up brainstorm on turn one instead. They probably have reanimate here. And we have Cyber Siphoner. Let's just talk up here. Cyber and DT is okay. You have to be mindful of this grief. Snealing. Okay. That's an insane clock. Taking 9 next turn. Uh, so what's the best plan here? I think it's just play out Cyber. Yeah, this is not enough. Hey, that was pretty neat. Nice. Looks like a pretty bad matchup for us. Let's play first. Hey, we have DT in hand. So they're playing a Lur's deck. This probably means Mardu Energy. So we're just gonna play teachings here. Next turn we might use Brainstorm or Ponder. There's also an argument to hold up Brainstorm here. Okay, I'm just gonna Ponder here. Hmm. I think I keep that. Okay. If I don't shuffle here, I can win.
Fight beside me, brother.
Next turn we have 2, 4, 5 mana. So I think this is correct. Now we get Saiba, Sublime. Okay, we're playing against Lur's Energy, so Culling Ritual, Abrupt Decay. Looks like Boros because of the Sunbaked Canyon. Let's see the notes. Ritual Decay and Veil of Summer out. Mana Drain out. I think this is a good enough hand on the back of Culling Ritual. Hmm. I think I'm just gonna stock up now. Let's get a Brainstorm and a Rainforest. That's a really bad hit. Hopefully they overcommit here. Is that enough? Maybe next turn. I think I just want Ponder here and Decay. I'm gonna fetch for a Hedge Maze here. No, don't want that. I think this is enough to Calling Ritual. Okay, there's a Show and Tell. I think I wanna get Calling Ritual. Containment Priest. Okay, I think they're dead. They can brainstorm for a hate piece. It's unlikely we whiff here. Yeah, still unlikely. They can make this 5. I have exactly 5. That's why this card sucks, by the way. Okay. Okay. Mistakes were made. Oh no, wait. They can dash Ragavan, so the 2 life from here doesn't matter. I guess I could have started with Ponder, I guess. Let's play first. The sand is slow. Okay, perfect. Could go for it, but I don't think I need to. There's a chance that we would whiff. Okay, just go for it. Okay, they can take the Chrome Mox. Okay, that is pretty annoying. We have a Truxa now. Yes, we want stock up. Hopefully they can't remove this. People are actually decently teched to beat
Beautiful
show and tell.
dancer.
Now I guess the way is to just abrupt decay the voice. Okay. Take the trucks. we can get Abrupt Decay, block the Ajani. They can't play another card. Get back at trucks here. Okay, Emrakul is nice. Discard this and this. Okay, that was pretty annoying. Welcome back. So, what do we think of the deck? We went 3 and 3 with this deck. We lost to Mono Black, we lost to Boros Bombardier, and we lost to an Izzet deck. So the good thing about this deck is that Ponder did help this deck a lot, and it feels more insane than it did without Ponder. The fast mana also saved us in a lot of spots. The Boros energy games weren't really winnable without Chromox, for example, and Ancient Tomb. The extra basic I'm liking because it helps keep our life total a bit higher. The bad parts about the deck is that the other decks in the format really give you a small time to find your combo. The Bombardier decks can kill you on turn 3 or 4. So you really have to mulligan a bit so that you have one or two pieces of the combo already in your hand. This deck also feels like it has a super bad matchup to mono black or green black due to the combination of land destruction, opposition agent, discard, and even Doughty Voidwalker is annoying because they can just take your omniscience and cast it for themselves. And I think lastly, I've noticed people are really packing some hate. They're respecting it by playing things like High Noons. Some people reported seeing Roiling Vortex. So there's really a lot of different hate pieces being played right now, and you can't expect to know what hate piece is going to come out. So I guess my takeaway from this is that while I did make some mistakes that cost me some games, I can't recommend this to a newer player without getting some reps in. I think you really have to play a lot of this deck just to navigate through the hate in the format. That is basically the hardest part of playing this deck. And you really have to know how to use the blue cantrips, Ponder and Brainstorm well. Because even I who has been playing a lot of this card in other decks, am struggling to use this at its maximum potential. And I guess I don't really know how you can modify this deck to just ignore all the hate that is being played. You can't really do a creature juke because people are still playing Swords to Plowshares or keeping in removal spells. But historically, this deck used to be able to play through the hate because it could decently have a plan B of just being a control deck. So you could run Fatal Push, the max amount of mana drains, and you can even ambitiously cast your Omniscience with the mana drain mana. But mana drain is really bad right now because of all the land destruction. Our deck isn't really fit to have mana drain up on turn 2 always since we have Ancient Tomb. And especially when a lot of this format's decks are a lot faster than compared with before, where We didn't have Ancient Tomb. We didn't have Bombardiers. And at this point, I think it's just better to play a different deck to prey on this overcorrection on hate towards this deck. Like, you could play Tempo or maybe Energy to beat up on those people playing main deck sideboard cards for show and tell. So yeah, that's about it.